people. It is Texas, and it is hot. It's not just hot. It's hot, hot. It's like 14 days in a row of over 100. Woo-hoo-hoo! Hello, Mr. Bill Poker Peeps. Welcome to my next vlog. I am back in Dallas playing local games, Wednesday Night Poker League, Winstar. It was a really, really good week. I got back most of the money I'd lost in Vegas, so you'll see here in a few minutes. I think the only thing hotter than the Texas heat right now is my poker game, baby. I haven't lost a session since I've been back from Vegas. Before Vegas, I was actually kicking butt. Just had one little hiccup in Vegas, but other than that, I've been doing really, really well. It is Wednesday, July 11th, Wednesday Night Poker League. I just got back from Vegas, and I'm running way, way better now than I did in Vegas. So we play 3 levels till the break. At our table, 4 tables tonight. At our table, in the first 3 levels, there's been aces 5 times. I've had them 3 times. So what did we start with? 8,000 chips? 10,000. 10,000. I was up to 22,000. I got beat on the last hand for 4,000. I have 18,800. How about you, buddy?
I've been the opposite of him. I was getting no cards, so I just decided, all right,
I'll blast it in anyways.
So I started playing, and I was actually doing good, and then I got caught bluffing one time, so I'm down to like 3,000.
I was running over everybody so bad, I won 7 hands in a row, and on 2 of those hands, I raised with 8 deuce offsuit because I was just running over everybody and they were afraid, and I won those without even a flop. Sweet. Way better than Vegas. Man, I'm running good tonight. Second break, 34,700. Just running real good. I think I'm playing well. Only lost 1 big hand. Pretty good. No reason I shouldn't be there at the end to get a chance to win it. Hey guys, this is Randy. Randy played with my son Billy at Winstar. I told Billy that he watched my vlog, and then what you just inquired about our league, right? Yep. So he is here Wednesday for our league. What do you think?
Bunch of pros.
Randy didn't prepare too well in the tournament. We're playing the extra game right now.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Thanks.
All right. We're just about to go to the final table. 9 is left. I have 32K. I'm about 3rd or 4th in chips, something like that. Well, as we've said, poker sucks sometimes. First hand of the final table, I have 39,000. Blinds are 2,000, 4,000. I get pocket aces under the gun. I make it 9,500. Deli Jim shoves all in. He's got about 45,000 with pocket kings. Everyone else folds. Of course, I make the call. And the board runs out with a 9-10 Jack Queen. And he hits the straight. And I am out.
Look at that. Straight. Nope.
Hey!
Oh, look at that.
Ace is crap.
Oh, my God.
9-10 Jack Queen.
Holy cow.
What were you talking about, Galen?
Wow.
That's poker.
It's disappointing because I played really, really well tonight. I ran well, but I played really, really well. I won hands when I made a right play. So, oh well, that's how poker goes sometimes. So, on to the cash game, and we will see what happens there. If I can play as well as I did in the tournament, then I'm going to win some money tonight. Hey guys, this is Rob. Rob I met at Winstar when I was playing there, last weekend or something like that. And he inquired about our league. So here he is playing in our league. What do you think?
Real good competition, had a good time, good players, good fun. Gonna go try out the cash game, see how they treat.
Okay, extra game, people. All right, bud, thanks for coming. We appreciate it. All right. So Wednesday Night Poker League, we're at near the end of the night. I've done okay. I was up just a little bit. The last couple of levels, the last couple of weeks have been just fantastic for me. So anyhow, we're near the end of the night. It's 6-handed. I get pocket sixes, 6 of clubs, 6 of diamonds. I'm under the gun. I have $385. I make it 15. Dane calls, Brent calls, a new guy to our league, Rob calls. So there's $60 in the pot, and the flop comes 5 of clubs, 6 of spades, 7 of clubs. So I flop a set. I bet 25, Dane calls, and Brent shoves in for 278. Rob, who had the biggest stack, he had probably over 600, he calls, and of course, I call, and Dane folds. The turn is the 5 of diamonds. I had $92 left, so now I have a full house. I go all in, Rob calls, and the river's the ace of hearts. Brent had 3-4 for the low end of the straight. Rob, I believe, had the nut flush draw. I think he had ace of clubs, 6 of clubs, and I ended up scooping a really good pot, almost the last pot of the night, so I did really, really well for the night. Hey there, Mr. Bill Poker fans. It's hot in Texas. Not as hot as my poker game, though. So after the last week debacle at Las Vegas, I decided, okay, I'm going to go play at Winstar this weekend. So I did. I was playing in the 5-10 game. I'm in middle position 2. I have Jack of diamonds, 9 of diamonds. I hadn't played a hand yet. I had $1,500. We're 7-handed. I make it 40. The button calls. The flop has 85 in it. It is Jack of spades, 5 of clubs, 3 of diamonds. I bet 55, and he makes the call. The turn, with 195 in the pot, is the 4 of diamonds. I lead out for 95, and he tanks and calls. And finally, the river, with 385 in the pot, is the 7 of spades. I lead out for 175, and he folds pretty quickly. So at this 5-10 game, normally it's quite a bit of regulars and usually really good players. But this night, there was 3 or 4 players who really were not very good. I'd never seen them before. It was kind of like the scene from Rounders where out-of-town guys come in and they lose all their money.
These two have no idea what they're about to walk into. Down here to have a good time, they figure, why not give poker a try? After all, how different can it be from the home games they've played their whole lives? All the luck in the world isn't going to change things for these guys. They're simply overmatched.
So I'm in the small blind with king of clubs, queen of diamonds. I have $1,450. There's 2 limpers to me. I made it 40. One of the really bad middle position players calls. The flop has 115 in it. It's king of hearts, 3 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds. I lead out really small, $30. He raises me to 60, and I make the call. The turn is the 8 of hearts. I check to him, and he bets $30. I didn't know what to think of that. I called. Finally, the river, the queen of hearts. I checked, figuring he'd probably make a bet, but he checked behind. It was so strange. I really didn't know what to do because he played it so strange a bit. I showed the king, and he mucked. The next hand was against the worst player at the table by far. The only person he'd beat so far that night was me. He would bet no matter what he had. The one time that he bet and he actually had something, it was against me, and I lost like, I don't know, $300 or $400 to him, so it was just ridiculous. So needless to say, I wanted to get a little revenge. I was a little bitter. I was bitter old guy. So bitter old guy is under the gun with ace of hearts, 10 of hearts. I have $1,200. I make it 40. A middle position, cut off, small blind, all call. So on the flop, there's $170, and it comes king, jack, jack, and we all check around. The turn, a queen, so I have Broadway. I bet 65, and the small blind calls. He was the just ridiculously horrible player. He had already called with 2-7 on a jack, jack, 10, 10, 3 board. He has 2-7, and the bet was like $150, and he called, where 7 high would have had to win. He also called a $300 turn bet on a jack 9 5-4 rainbow, no flush board, and he had 3-4. Okay, no wonder why I was bitter that I lost to him the one time. So the river with $295 is an 8. I bet 200, and of course he makes the call. I show Broadway. He had queen 9 for 2 pairs. Yay me. All right, you guys ready for some money in the bank? Here we go. Money time, baby. Money! Money! That's money, baby! So the next hand, it was getting short at the table. I think we only had 6 now. I got 6, 7 of clubs under the gun. I had $1,400. I bet 35. The button went all in for 100. The small blind, who only had 140, made the call. Let's give it a little action. I make the call. The flop, 7-7-3. The small blind went all in for his last 40, and of course I made the call. And the board ran out Jack-Queen. The button had ace-king, small blind had ace-3, and so I scooped the whole thing. I think it's good to give action in a spot like that. The most I could have lost is $140. It gives you a good reputation for guys who want to play with you and stuff like that. So it was well worth it. And of course I got pretty fortunate on the flop and won this one. And now we're four-handed and we're all going to break. I'm playing my chips out of the rack, and the dealer says, you want one more? And I said, okay, go ahead. He gives me pocket kings. As a little parting gift, I made it $40. We all called, and the flop comes ace-4 deuce. Somebody bets big, $100 or something, and of course I have to fold. And I showed the dealer my cards after everybody folded, and we all got a good laugh out of that. So one really good reason I like playing in the 5-10 game is because then when I do go play a 2-5, I play so much freer and looser. I don't feel like there's very much pressure because the dollar amounts are so much less. So I think, honestly, I think it really, really helps my game, my 2-5 game, to play in a bigger 5-10 game. So I'm playing in the 2-5. I'm in the hijack. I have ace-king. There's $450, or I have $450. Somebody limps. I make it 25, and the big blind calls, only the big blind. The flop, $55 in the pot, comes ace, queen, 5. We check around. The turn, a king, yay. He checks. I bet 30, and he makes a call. This player was a conservative player, so I had to be a little bit careful. The river had 115, was a queen, not a great card, but he checked. So I bet 80. He made the call, probably thinking it was going to be a chop. I'm almost positive he had an ace. I showed my ace-king, however, for top 2, and he mucked his card. So I'm in the cutoff with ace of hearts, queen of spades. I have $550. There's 2 limpers to me. I make it 20. The small blind calls, and both of the limpers call. So the flop has 85. And it comes queen of diamonds, 3 of diamonds, 4 of hearts. Really a nice flop for me. It goes check, check, check to me. I make it 50. And the small blind and the hijack both call. So the turn, 235 in the pot, is the 8 of hearts. It's check, check to me. I make it 175. The small blind snap calls. The hijack tanks and tanks. Eventually calls the clock on himself and folds. So the river comes, the 9 of hearts, and the hijack slams his fist on the table. Kind of a tell that maybe he had nut hearts and didn't make the call, but a lot of good information there, both for both players. So we probably know that neither one of the other ones has a flush. It ends up going check, check. I show the ace-queen. He shows a queen and then mucks his hand. It was the same guy that I played against when I had the ace-king also. So this next hand, I am under the gun with queen of hearts, 10 of hearts. I have 880. I bet 20. A really good Asian woman makes it 60. She had only shown really good hands. I would have folded if it had only been her, but the loose Asian guy next to her makes the call for 60. So I decided to go ahead and make the call. The flop comes, queen of spades, 3 of hearts, 10 of spades. I flop top 2. The lady leads out for 140. The guy calls 140. Okay, that's enough for me. I shove all in for 820. The woman tanks for quite some time, eventually folds. The guy also tanks, but he gets it all in there for his last 560, a little bit less than I had, and the board runs out. 5 of spades, 9 of diamonds. He shows pocket kings, and I win the pot. A really, really nice pot. So I didn't record them, but I lost a few hands after that. No, I lost when I had flopped a set, lost to a flush. So I went from a high of like $1,500 down to what I cashed out for, which was $1,185. I was in the game for $500, so up $685 for the 2-5 session. On the 5-10 session, I was in for $1,500, cashed out for $1,490 because of that last hand with the kings, or else I'd have won $30 or so. Either way, it's about break even on the 510 for that session. From the deepest part of the pool, way downtown, bang. That's in. Yeah, baby, way downtown, bang. Hello, Mr. Bill poker fans and fans of Billy Willie. Oh, Billy Willie decided to challenge Popster in the heads up because we got to talking about how we're going to play in the what?
Tag team.
The tag team next year. And we were talking about, well, who would play if it got down to heads up? And Billy then started spouting off about how he's so good. So we decided we're going to have some heads up matches for, what are we playing for, $20?
Sure.
$20. So I know that my shows are generally rated PG. This one might be rated R because of the bloodletting that Billy may take here. So I'm sorry about that. If you don't like violence, maybe you shouldn't watch this.
This video is obviously a comedy.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let's just say Mr. Bill brought out the punt formation.
I might have punted off my stats there at the end. Okay. I went all in with ace-6 on a queen 9-5-3 board. Billy called. I mean, Billy was the first one of our heads up. I was just letting him get up ahead a little bit. We're going to rename Billy to Chase because he's the luckiest player I've ever met in my entire lifetime. Okay, I'm 0-2. Billy's 2-0. What do you think?
He's doing good.
He stinks. He's just lucky. Mr. Bill Poker.
He doesn't stink.
Stinking it heads up, evidently. There is joy back in Mudville. Billy had won the first two. I won the third one because I was good. Because I was good. There is bitterness in the young Willie camp because it's now 2-2. Papa Burf. What was it? Let's see. Billy raised with, what'd you have? King something. He raised with king something. I had pocket jacks. I re-raised. He called. Flop came. King something something. I bet. Billy called. Turn was a jack. I bet. Billy called. River was a card that matched the little card on the board, so I ended up with a full house. I shoved all in. Billy didn't believe me. He called. And boom, over 2-2.
I suck out.
2-2.
I suck out.
All right, we've each won 2. This is the rubber match. This is for all the beans of the whole $20. Whoever wins this wins $20. Billy was up $40 at one time. Now we're back to even. Now this is it. This is for the championship of the Burford world. Let's go, Mr. Bill Poker.
No.
Not Mr. Bill Poker and Son. Billy won't be on my video because I won the third out of fifth one.
No, because
and he said that I slow rolled him on a hand, but I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
You can't slow roll if you only have one pair.
You can.
Anyhow, I won 3 out of 5 tonight, but Billy played well, so we were having fun until he got mad because he thought I slow rolled, but I didn't. So I had something happen that was pretty darn cool this week. One of my videos, or at least my hand, got picked up by Bart Hanson on Crush Live Poker, and they did a hand analysis of a hand that I played in the Choctaw Million. What's interesting is it's another hand. It's a hand that my son and I also did a detailed analysis because it was such an interesting spot. So I am putting the links, or at least a picture here, because I don't think I'm eligible yet to do links on YouTube. So I'll put the picture there. I'll put the links down below. But really, really cool. The best thing was Bart Hanson also agreed with my play, even though the guy calling in vehemently opposed what I did. So that's a little spoiler. And if you watch Bart Hanson, he's going to say, Mr. Bill Poker did the right thing. Oh, so a big shout out to Charles Davis, a watcher and viewer of my vlog since the very beginning. Charles always has a comment, not always necessarily that he agrees with me, but he always has a comment. And he's the one who told me about the thing being on Crush Live Poker. So, Charles, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching, subscribing, pressing the button, and supporting Mr. Bill Poker. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you again next week.